Good afternoon. My name is Leslie Williams and I am in San Diego, California. I'm trying to adjust this darn video camera. Hold on. It looks like it adjusted itself. I'm not that very good at making videos because sometimes I get a little bit video shy. But I still do what I do because I believe that what I do is the right thing to do, and doing the right thing is never the wrong thing. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. I'm learning disabled, but make no mistake about it. My learning disability in no way affects my ability to be able to take care of myself, to make appropriate and healthy decisions. I've been on my own since I was 17. Now, as a result, this video is about the factual realities of what is involved with the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. And organized stalking and gang stalking is not stalking by gangs. It's nothing but a template of tiered protocols, methods, and tactics that are brought about against a targeted individual that has been flagged and tagged to be a target of these crimes. As a result of being a target of this crime now at least since 1980 up until 2001, overtly and from behind the scenes, and then becoming an open target of these crimes from 2001 up to this date, June 23rd. Oops, hang on. Sorry. And then become an opening target of this crime from, hang on one second, sorry about that. And then becoming a victim of this crime openly every single day, everywhere I have went, for the whole duration of each place that I have went to since 2001 up to this very date, June 23rd, 2013, I have come to understand quite a bit in reference to who's involved in these crimes, how long this has actually been happening to me personally, who protects them, and what they're all about. It's nothing but organized crime that's in the system. At the federal, state, and local level, and some military personnel can be involved in these crimes as well, and also some certain specific sophisticated technology that was developed from the military can be used against organized stalking and gang stalking targets. Now, as a direct result of being a target and victim of this crime, I have basically cross-referenced the experience to the educated knowledge, and as a result, I have been able to make these accurate deductions. Okay? Because when you're a target of these crimes and you reach out for help to certain government agencies and you don't get help, and then later you discover that certain employment descriptions that are government, that are directly connected to the government, are playing a role in these crimes, then anybody with common sense and the ability to use inductive and deductive reasoning would be able to conclude that the government is involved in these crimes. As a result of me being a target of this crime, excuse me, I have experienced quite a bit. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why I continue to do what I do, even though every time I do something that threatens the organized crime that's in the system, I either get assaulted, threatened to be assaulted, threatened to be locked up. And, you know, let me tell you something. You can go to Google. You know, I talk plainly. I'm aware that I talk plainly. And I am aware that this is just a YouTube video. I have no power. I'm not a member of the Fourth Estate, even though the Fourth Estate is totally compromised now. And when targeted individuals like me get any type of help from the Fourth Estate, our coverage is marginalized because of the factual realities concerning some of the sophisticated technology that is brought about against those targets is covered more than likely by federal legal instruments. More than likely the Patriot Act and NSA letters. So how can targeted individuals like me, who are victims of some of the most heinous crimes that have ever been perpetrated in human history, get help when the very perpetrators who are perpetrating these crimes are in the system and using legal instruments to protect their crimes, while continuing to vilify and nullify the targets of these crimes? And these individuals that are in the system who are perpetrating these crimes will not only use the system to box the target in, to box the target in and have them falsely arrested, falsely institutionalized, falsely put in a psychiatric floor in order to discredit them, using your tax dollars to do it. But as a result, the target is left with no resource of any type of uncorrupted legal assistance, because these individuals will even spend an uncorrupted law firm or lawyer to death. Yes. In hopes that this, in hopes that the law firm or the lawyer will just walk away from the target. Because if you're using your taxpayers' dollars to do these things. Now, just because I don't talk very well does not mean that I do not know what I am talking about. My father was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. I have retired NASA in my family, retired high-ranking Air Force, and my ex-husband was a submarine radar antenna electrician. Submarine radar antennas are directly connected to some of the sophisticated technology that is being perpetrated towards hundreds of thousands of innocent American citizens right now in real time, and millions worldwide, because these expeditions are also going on worldwide. The microwave technology, in part, is responsible for the voice-to-skull harassment that a target experiences. This is a book titled The Invisible Crime, okay? And the only way that if you were to go to Amazon right now and buy this book, the only way that you would be able to thoroughly and extensively and meticulously understand what's written in this book by another organized stalking, gang stalking target who was actually on Coast to Coast, which is a national radio show. He was on, the person who wrote this book, Mike Fitzhugh-Bell, was on Coast to Coast on 2/14/13, and you can go to YouTube and listen to that. Or if you bought this book or listened to the radio interview and bought this book, if you were to listen to it, there would be things in it that you would not be able to understand, because you do not have a in-depth knowledge, okay, concerning what these technological capabilities are capable of and responsible for, okay. So the only thing that I do is I make videos in order to be able to help current targets expose this to the general public, so people can understand the truth concerning these factual realities when it comes to these organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. Now, you can go to www.surveillanceissues.com. You can go to the bottom, the very, very bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance's homepage. Look at the 3 PDF links that are on that homepage. You can go to UnitedTargetedIndividualsEurope.com at YouTube and Google. And you can also go to YouTube and type in Timothy W. Bioethics Issues. He talks about neurocognitive weapons and brain entrainment. Okay? Now, this is another book talking, titled Electronic Torture, Electronic Rape, Technology, and Gang Stalking at the Post Office. These criminal expeditions are designed to basically, and if you think to yourself, what the heck is electronic torture and electronic rape, that has to do with the 3 PDF links. The electronic rape has to do with the phantom touch that's described in the second PDF link at the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance, that being remote neural monitoring. Now, these criminal groups, okay, because it's not just the organized crime that's in the system that's perpetrating these crimes and protecting them, are also connected to organized crime. The wealthy can get a hold of this technology and initiate gang stalking or organized stalking against a target, and so can corporations, okay? So, but basically, excuse me, basically organized stalking is nothing but a set of tiered protocols of templates of protocols of methods and tactics against targeted individuals, no matter what the aspirations are for that particular targeted individual. A person can be flagged and tagged to be a target of these crimes just because of the simple fact that they witnessed something at the wrong time, either at work or at a school, okay, or if they had a government position. They might have witnessed something at the wrong time, and they might not even be aware of what they witnessed was criminal behavior. But understand this and be clear as well. The organized crime that's in the system is well aware that a person might have witnessed something that could turn around and hurt them at a later date, and then as a result they can flag and tag an innocent person. 98% of all targeted individuals are innocent. Okay, the other 2% are more than likely just syndicated members who wanted to lead the syndicate and were flagged and tagged for organized stalking in order to utilize the methods and tactics against them, so they can eventually be arrested, institutionalized, and or discredited. Because this is how they operate. And it's basically nothing but, like I've already stated, a set of tiered campaign that is brought about against the target using specific types of protocols of methods and tactics in order to break every aspect of a targeted individual's life down. You can be picked because you witnessed something at the wrong time, whether you realize it or not, and if you become a whistleblower as a result of what you witnessed or as a result of you becoming a gang stalking target, they can not only target you because of that reason, but they can also then conclude that you would be worthy to be exploited for criminal aspirations, because their whole goal at the end of the day is to make money off of insurance fraud, human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, prostitution rings, land co-opting, property co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft, also flagging and tagging a target that's on disability, whether you be a veteran, an elderly person, or anybody else, any other type of person that's on disability. And you can also be picked for non-consensual human experimentation. You can also be picked to be treated as a straw person, which basically means that all targeted individuals are blacklisted from employment. Okay, staged vehicle accidents occur towards targeted individuals. So once they create the homelessness of a target, the target doesn't even have a car to sleep in. So when you think about this, if a target is blacklisted from employment, if a staged vehicle accident occurs against them, they're not going to have the money to replace it. No, they won't. And even if their insurance was to cover the loss, they'll just wait until the target gets a new car and wreck that one as well. And the target is also subject to organized stalking, gang stalking at their apartment complex, at a motel room. Okay? But what the individuals in the system will do, who are part of these syndicates, is they will even try to use exploit the fact that the target is homeless, even though they're homeless because of them, by getting landlords and property owners on board, postal employees on board, to steal or delay your rent that it was even mailed, certified mail return receipt. And then they try and claim the target's crazy because they're claiming they're being stalked by people they don't know, and harassed by people they don't know, and they're homeless. So we suspect that this person is not able to take care of themselves, and we suspect that they're mentally ill because they're claiming people are harassing them that they do not know every day, everywhere they go. So as a result of them being homeless, and as a result of we suspecting that they're delusional because of what they're claiming, we think that we need to take probate control of this target. And this is done to either co-opt the target's existing finances, or to exploit, or to file for benefits in their name, to put them in a syndicated run group home where the targets are used as straw people, where basically benefits that are either co-opted or applied for in that person's name are co-opted and literally funneled to the person that's been given the syndicated probate control over them. The insurance is exploited, and the target is also sexually exploited, and the target can still be used as non-consensual human experimentation targets, because this technology has the ability to remotely neurally monitor you from a distance. That's why they call it remote neural monitoring. Why do you think that this book talks about electronic technology, electronic rape, torture? Same thing discussed in this book. And what do you see in this guy's head? A neural implant. A neural implant can be put in the ears, the spine, the back, the throat, the jaw, the mouth, the brain, okay, through surreptitious means, by them entering your room at night, drugging your food, entering your apartment building, and installing these things in your body, any part of your body, as a result of literally even pipelining gas into your heat ventilation system, or in your air conditioning ventilation system. And this is done in order to be able to make sure that the target is 100% knocked out. So when they feed my birds, so when they enter the target's home to implant them, the target has no idea they've been implanted, and they end up becoming neurally controlled, neurally exploited, and even neurally enslaved. Yes. All you have to do is look at it this way. This is not on the front cover of this book for no reason. Let me give you another example about how heinous these individuals are. Two things. You can go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. He flat out states that targeted individuals are considered as nothing but lab rats. Yes. Now, when you go to YouTube, well, actually 3 things. When you go to YouTube, type in Timothy W. bioethics issues, and he talks about neurocognitive weapons and brain entrainment. Brain entrainment is mentioned throughout the entire remote neural monitoring file and the remote behavioral influencing file. And organized stalking is not mentioned extensively and throughout this entire book and this book for no reason. Okay? We got to use our common sense and our inductive and deductive and even analytical processing in order to be able to conclude the factual realities of these expeditions. As a result of you going to YouTube and typing in Timothy W. bioethics issues, and not only listening to what he has to say, but listening to actually where he's at and saying it at, in front of the Bioethics Commission. And then you can look at all the YouTube videos that are on the sidebar once you bring that video up, in order to be able to listen to the testimony concerning the other target, just not even a 0.001% of the targeted individuals that were actually able to afford and be able to get together to go to this Bioethics Commission. They're not up there giving their testimony for no reason. This technology can literally neurally enslave a person, and as a result, they become physically enslaved. Now, would you like to be physically enslaved for sexual human trafficking by individuals you do not know? Would you? And why are lawyers and social services workers mentioned in the remote neural monitoring file? After targeted individuals are made homeless, they then try to create as much financial destitution as they possibly can, or they will try to bait the target to run to the system for help. Yes. It even talks about it in the manifesto. It flat out states that one of the favorite places to trap a target is in the courts. They call it mincing the meat. And if you cannot find it, the manifesto, by going to Google and typing in the gang stalking tech, everything you need to know, it's a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. You can find it copied and pasted in its entirety in some of my blogs. I am not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. Excuse me, please. Sorry. It's just like I have a cigarette. Whatsoever. Okay? And just because I'm learning disabled, and just because I don't speak very well sometimes, and just because I'm not rich enough to be able to reach the public on a national level, understand this and be clear. Targeted individuals like me have been covered on Jesse Ventura Brain Invader Show. We've been covered on local news broadcasts. We've been covered on Coast to Coast National Radio Show. Okay? So it's not like I am the only person that is making these claims concerning what is happening to me and my life. And so, you know, in organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions, one of the ways that they attempt to break a target down to make a target feel victimized, defeated, helpless, powerless, hopeless over their situation is to use, in reference to how they try to make targets feel victimized and helpless and defeated and powerless and traumatized, is because of the fact that the individuals that are in the system, which definitely can include police officers, firefighters, district attorney's office members, city attorney office members, prosecutors, district attorney's office members, you name it, okay, because they're using their employment descriptions to not only perpetrate these crimes, and probation officers as well. I've read many targets blogs who talked about how they were being targeted by probation officers, okay, and using the people that got in trouble with the law. As a result, they were put on probation, and what they did was they basically bargained with these people who got put on probation to gang stalk a target. Okay? For free. Hang on a second. Also, what is used is the community notification and or the offender's notification, excuse me, which is a law enforcement tool that is being illegally and criminally used for these expeditions. Excuse me. I've had a migraine for 2 days, and I'm just now starting to feel a little bit better. So having a cigarette was basically, you know, I got a little bit of free time to make this video, so I decided to drink some chicken broth and have a cigarette, even though I shouldn't be smoking. The community notification and the offender's notification, which are both being illegally, criminally used against 100% innocent targeted individuals, is being illegally and criminally used by the perpetrators in the system in order to be able to solicit harassment for the target to experience by duped community members as a result of everywhere they go. Businesses, universities, public libraries, colleges, all businesses, all businesses. Every single place that I go, I am harassed in the same exact way. Let me give you a tidbit of information here. Cyber surveillance is also a method of gang stalking. The other day I uploaded an audio file to a video file. I have a tape recorder that I have attached to me at all times. And I have been catching the organized stalking direct conversation method, which is a harassment technique used by gang stalking expeditions. I catch it on these digital tape recorders. I then upload the proof from the digital tape recorder to the video camera I'm speaking into right now. That video is then uploaded to YouTube. The other day I caught harassment being wide open utilized around me, concerning me, at the Club Med restaurant, which is a restaurant that's right up the pathway from the biomedical library on UCSD campus. As a result of being in Club Med, while this harassment was going on around me, concerning me, the music was being played on, on their stereo system on the ceiling. So that was caught on the audio file as well. It's background music. Okay, I then uploaded that audio file to a video file, uploaded that video file to the YouTube channel, and within 1.5 minutes of that video being uploaded, I was sent a copyright notice through YouTube stating that the company that owns the publishing rights of the song that was played in the background has noticed possible copyright infringement. Within 1.5 minutes of it being uploaded, and not even, the YouTube wasn't even titled yet. Literally within 1.5 minutes of it being uploaded, I got a copyright notice from YouTube stating that the song in the background has copyright protection. Now, I went back and listened to that YouTube video. You can barely even hear the clarity of what song it is. Within 1.5 minutes of it being uploaded, how was that publishing company how did that publishing company notice that, or even YouTube notice what song it was in order for them to be able to find out who had the copyright license for it, and then send me a thing concerning it within 1.5 minutes after being uploaded? YouTube and Google, well, I'll just put it to you this way. You know how recently there was a whistleblower that whistleblowed about how the NSA is directly responsible for monitoring our phones, our emails, and everything else? The NSA is directly mentioned at the very top of the second PDF link at the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance. Do the math. This particular YouTube account has almost 900 videos, practically every single one of them either talking about gang stalking, or in a high number of them have the proof concerning that I am a gang stalking target. And they seen that I just recently uploaded a bunch of videos showing me being harassed in the same way at multiple places, which shows that one person is managing these crimes. Okay? And they know it because cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. So you do the math. How were they able to figure out what song it was, because the song is barely legible, and then contact me within 1.5 minutes of it being uploaded, and the YouTube video wasn't even titled yet, and it still isn't titled? How? Because they're trying to make it look like they got a legal apparent excuse to shut down this YouTube channel that holds the evidence. That's how. Because they're protecting the places they have used. Universities, SDSU, USD, and UCSD, and the public libraries, and the businesses that this proof comprises, in reference to how the same exact harassment was being utilized around me at each of these places. When you have undisputable physical tangible proof that you're a victim of a crime, and the system is using their employment descriptions and their resources to expedite these crimes, they're not going to want the evidence to be known to the public. So they come up with these types of schemes and excuses to shut down the YouTube channel that shows the evidence. Do you see what I'm saying? It's organized crime in the system. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. This YouTube channel I'm talking about is titled Social Services, Exposing Social Services, or Social Services, one or the other. So you can go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13, Learning Disabled Woman Exposes Another Gang Stalker Admitting Sexual Harass. That was an individual that literally told me, while a hidden tape recorder was running, that a San Diego police officer put him on the corner to engage in gang stalking. So let's see if they shut down this YouTube channel. And let's also see if anything happens to me, concerning me, about me, or against me, in reference to what happened on February 1st, 2013, in reference to the SDSU event that happened. Or let's also see if any other event happens towards me before that can be. The city attorney's office is buying time. acting like that that they need more time to investigate what happened at SDSU on February 1st, 2013. Yes, and I believe what they're doing is stonewalling that so they can bring about more staged events and possible arrest of me. So once that situation is brought before a judge, the judge can say, you got all these things right now pending against you. What is going on with you? And then none of my evidence will be able to be exposed to the court because they'll have shut down the YouTube channel. Do you see how they operate? They're playing a shell game with the evidence by trying to make it appear that legal appearing reasons caused the YouTube channel to be shut down, which holds the evidence. This is how they operate. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Setting me up for staged events and staged incidences that will cause arrest are a method of gang stalking. They're called street eaters and gang stalking expeditions. You can Google and YouTube it. UCUSD, SDSU, UCSD, and San Diego Public Libraries are some of the main players in this organized stalking, harassment, and traumatization that I have experienced since I came back to San Diego for the first time since 2006 on August 8, 2011 up to this date, June 23rd, 2013. I am not involved in any illegal activity whatsoever. I am a whistleblower. Yes. And I am being persecuted by the community as a result of the community notification being illegally and criminally used by the system that is directly managing these crimes. And I've already described to you some of the criminal aspirations they're involved in. Please, if you can, blog this video for me if you can, and viral it if you can. I'm learning disabled, so I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a good woman, and I do what I do to help my future targets so they can understand what's happening to them, who's responsible for it, and to notify the general public at large concerning it. Thank you.